Hello everyone, this is Butch Robbins, inviting you to the Mountains of Music Homecoming Sons of Bluegrass performances in June. It's going to be good to get together with Mike Compton, Tom Ewing, Robert Boland, Billy Baker, and Doug Hutchins to share some of our old memories of Bill Monroe and his music. Jack's asked me to tell a Bill Monroe story, and he told me 20 to 30 seconds, 20 to 30 minutes is my normal time on these things. But I'll try to relay to you a couple of things that happened in the wee hours of the morning on the bus when I was working on music. When I first went to work for Mr. Bill, I was riding along, I was trying to learn breaks to some of his tunes out of the 50s, and that particular morning, by 4:30 in the morning maybe, I was working on a tune called Stony Lonesome. Mr. Bill was sitting across the aisle from me at his table playing solitaire, and I asked him, I said, how did you come to write this tune? And to my surprise, he looked around at me and he said, well, I never wrote a tune in my life. And it kind of took me aback. I said, Mr. Bill, that doesn't sound reasonable to me. He looked back and said, no, that music's all out in the air. I just happened to be the first one to pull it out. And that gave me sort of an insight to him, along with the others, that enabled me to understand what separated him from all the other musicians of his era. Another morning I was back there, I was working on one of the tunes that we were going to be doing on Master of Bluegrass. It was about 4 or 5 part little old piece of music. And there was one part that I was having difficulty with the fingering techniques with my left hand on it. So every time I'd get to that point, I would wind up stopping. Again, it's about 4:30 in the morning. We're riding along in the bus, Bill playing solitaire, and he evidently, I reached his frustration point on stopping that tune in the same part each time and working on that little piece there. But he said, how come you stopping there? I said, well, I'm trying to learn the fingering techniques so I can execute the melody here where you got going to place. He said, well, the music don't stop just because you made a mistake. And there's another one of those insightful moments that just let me know about some of the inner workings of the nature of his nature and his music as to what it takes to be able to perform to the degree that he did in his 60-plus year career. He was a magnificent person. I hope y'all will come join us. We'll share old tales and a whole lot of music. Thank you.